So, you're out fishing the lake, the Willow Ridge Pond, and you're not catching fish, or you're catching small fish and you want to know why. Yesterday, I had one of the best outings of my life. I caught about 6 fish. Really, I caught 5, but I caught 5 fish um, in about a half hour, and I'm going to tell you how. First of all, the spawn is basically over in the pond in Willow Ridge, and the bass have moved to holes or they have moved deep. Even the bluegill seem to be going deeper, and visibility has been reduced since those assholes. I got to call the DNR that's on my list. I got to call the DNR to tell them that they are killing all these weeds, and there's no need for it, and it is killing the fishery and polluting the water. I already called Public Works, and for the second time in 3 years, they did not return my call. Anyway, here's the map. How do I turn this around? I'm so sorry, YouTube. I don't think I can turn this around. I need to get a cell phone. Anyways, here's the map. Can you see? Anyway, here's the map, and this is where the fish are. They are right here in the hole on the west side of the pond. They are also hanging out in this hole right here next to the tree, which wasn't here last year, but it's a big hole. Um, and right here in the shallows, there are some bass hanging out just below the shallows, but they are harder to catch unless you are finesse fishing, say with a Texas rig or a wacky worm. This hole right here produces fish sometimes, and this hole right here, I have not been having much luck on it, but I do have luck right here on the west side of the pond, and I cast out deep past the weeds. Even with night crawlers, I can target them. Here's the pipe, and here's another hole. They hang out there. That is where the bass live. I hope you guys could see that. Anyway, yeah, I've been struggling my past 2 or 3 sessions, not getting many bass, but there are some big ones in there. I would say they get up to maybe 3 pounds, seems to be the average big one. My personal best is maybe like 3.5 or 4. I don't know. I've never weighed them, but the ice cream bass have gained about half a pound and about 4 inches since last season, and I'm routinely catching big bass, and I'm routinely catching 5 to 10 fish in a couple hours using artificial lures. And yesterday I went out there, and there was about 7 people out there. Wait, one, two. There was about 5 people out there, and I outfished them all. And I went out there thinking it was the Bassmaster, and nobody is going to outfish me on my pond. There were a couple kids one day that did really good. They said they were using a swim bait, and I was very impressed. They knew how to fish it. I don't think they were from there. Not that I care, but they were like professional fishermen. And anyway, that is where the fish live. And if you want to catch them, I'll teach you how. First of all, inline spinner baits. I have one. What did I get? I got like 4 fish on it yesterday in like 20 minutes. I walked from the west side to the east side, just fishing the couple holes, just really fast, casting it out, reeling it in as fast as I can, blah, blah, blah. And if you want to catch them, say with a goiki, one with a soiki, one of those tentacle baits. I set the hook on one yesterday, but I had it rigged wrong. I had a treble hook buried in the center. Um, you can just reel those in. You can jerk it like a jerk bait. The bass will follow them if you reel it in fast, and then when you let it fall, they hit on the fall. Bass stoppers work great. I would throw right into the hole. I would let it sink to the bottom, wait a few seconds. I would jerk it up a few times the traditional way of doing a Texas rig. I mean, I go out there with the Texas rig, not this season, but last season, and I just throw it out right past the weeds, right where the bass fall gone deeper since the spawn. It took me a couple sesh outings to figure it out. But I say you're fishing with the wacky worm or a Texas rig, just throw it into one of the holes, let it sink down, and doot, 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 jerk it up, let it fall. A lot of times, if it is a bright sunny day, you can just watch the fish eat it. That seems to be the secret. Even my brother, who is one of the OGs of the lake, he just said he would throw Texas rigs out there and then sink to the bottom, and the fish would just pick it up and try to swim away with it. Rapala floaters work great. I am catching them deeper since the spawn ended. I have seen no nesting bass in the past 2 or 3 weeks, and I wondered where they all went. They have all went deeper, and so have the bluegill and the catfish are really deep. But yeah, What you got to do is cast into these holes, people. Right into these holes. Do you see that? Right into the holes. That is where the fish are. Okay, and all the bass have gone deeper. I know, for example, Tyler's Real Fishing says cast parallel to the shore, and that's what I did yesterday, and I got 5 bass in about 25 minutes. But a lot of bass have went deeper, and I have found great success fishing the holes. Here are some baits I've been using. Rapala floater is like the king. I mean, the fish in that pond aren't that pressured. I've been using different colors, different sizes. The bigger fish, even though last year the Lake St. Clair OGs were claiming, oh, we're all going to downsize our hooks. That was a trend, and it was kind of a lost battle because yes, because the inline spinnerbait, yeah, I caught 4 fish in 25 minutes, but it attracts smaller fish. If you take a frog out there, you're not going to catch a 4 inch long bass because his mouth isn't big enough to get on it. The frogs have been killing it. I guess it is. I thought it was topwater season like a month ago, and I just watched the Lake St. Clair fishing report, and he is claiming it is topwater now. But that's Lake St. Clair. But the Rapala floater, white, black, large, medium, small. I don't like using the small ones. I lose a lot of fish. I don't think they're big enough to really keep the fish hooked. I don't set the hook with treble hooks. I just keep reeling and lean into it. The inline spinners are working great. Thank you to my fellow OG. I mean, that was a great tip. I got like 5 in like 2 seconds yesterday. I've been using some poppers. The poppers and frogs. A lot of times, you can just jerk it towards you while you reel to keep the line tight, and you can just let it sit. There isn't no weeds anymore, and while the water is polluted and there's no weeds for frog fishing, it was so weedy, lily pads everywhere. I did notice that some of the weeds under the pond have died off. For example, I barely got any weeds with the inline spinnerbait, so that is the only good that is caused from that company in Flint. They hired to kill all the weeds in the water. But the popper, I have a huge popper, and it has the biggest treble hooks I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I need pliers to get the fish out after I catch them, but I just pop, 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 and keep reeling, so the line stays tight, and those fish will chase it all the way to shore, or they will just bite it on the pop. I probably can get 10 bites on a frog. This was like, oh, this had to be like the start of the post spawn. I hate to say it, but I think the spawn is over. And what other lures have I been working? Texas rigs. Just pop those. Throw them in the weeds if you're fishing weedless. Throw them just beyond the weeds. Those fish hit on the drop. You can pop, pop, pop. You can bring it up a few feet, let it drop, let it sit on the bottom. I have luck just letting it sit on the bottom for minutes. Fish will pick it up and bite it. A lot of times those fish will, if you fish into a hole and the visibility is good, as soon as that lure hits the water, that wacky worm or tentacle worm, they will bite as soon as it hits the water, or they will get spooked. It really is about a 50-50 chance. But I mean, the pond bite is on fire. I mean, I'm going out there and getting 10 fish, 10 fish, 10 fish, 5 fish, 7 fish, 5 fish. And I'm hoping they are right over on Lake St. Clair. The top water season is beginning, because that means that I was worried about a fish kill. I wrote about it and talked about it to numerous people. I even called Public Works, but the DNR really has to get on these people polluting our waters and killing all the weeds, because the fish have nowhere to go. They have to move. And anyway, the fish kill never happened, and the pond is good. I'll show you the map one more time. These are where the fish are. I reel fast with the Rapala floater. I reel fast with the inline spinner. On my popper, I pop and reel, baby. I pop, 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 reel, 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 and those fish will chase it. I don't. And the frog, I will pop, 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 pop it, and just let it sit. And all of a sudden, the bass will just swallow it as it's sitting there. I couldn't believe it. I figured out how to fish frogs and poppers this year. What other lures am I using that work on that lake? Texas rigs. I mean, you can go out there and catch 10 fish. If you can set the hook really good, you'll get 10 fish fast, especially as the bite warms up near the end of the night. But yeah, that's where the fish are. Those are the reels I use. They bite on the drop of bass stoppers. Oh my God, it's so fun. Throw a bass stopper into one of those holes and just let it sink, pop it a few times, or you can just reel it. They'll bite as you reel it continually. Yeah, the bite is thriving in the pond, and we are getting so much traffic there. Um, when the secret is going to come out that the pond is filled with fish, it's a great environment for largemouth bass to thrive. Like I said, the average big one is about 3 pounds. I mean, this, so anyway, I love fishing there. It's what I good at. It's what I'm good at. There's nothing really more fun than walking around my pond fishing, pulling out bass after bass after bass. I feel like I'm forgetting a lure. No, where the lure? Oh, my chatterbait. Oh, my spinnerbait, my Dixie Dancer spinnerbait, which one was stolen from me out of my garage. Someone went into my dad's tackle box and stole a Dixie Dancer from me. I don't think they make them anymore, and I lost two in the lake. But one spot I forgot to mention. One spot I forgot to mention is here is the boat ramp. Here is the shallows. I will fish right here where my finger is, and I will throw them right here, right around here. There's some more shallows right here, and I'll throw them just where the drop off begins, and they will hammer those spinner baits. Dixie Dancer colors yellow is the best color I have found, and yeah, that's how you fish the pond. Teach a man how to fish, he will eat for a lifetime. Give a man a fish, he will eat for a day. Because I want you guys to catch fish. Yesterday I was like the Bassmaster champion. I didn't know why no one was catching fish but me. But anyways, there it is. Good luck.